And here we go on our Wednesday Orange and Brown Talk podcast. We are going to talk wide receivers, and what a time to be talking wide receivers, because one of those receivers for the Browns went on a little bit of a Twitter rant this morning. We're recording this on Tuesday. So Scott, before we get into your full wide receiver roadmap, we at least want to talk a little bit about what Jarvis-Landry had to say today on Twitter, basically acknowledging the injuries he had that started in week 2 and playing through them. He said he gave everything, said the word everything twice. And then his last tweet, he said, "I have put the ball in Cleveland's court by telling them I would like to stay, but if not, then I'm confident enough in myself to be a better, healthy me this year and moving forward to helping do my part in winning a championship elsewhere." So we're going to spend a little more time on Jarvis-Landry, I'm sure, and the Browns plan on him. But Mary Kay, when you saw that rant this morning, what do you think led to that?
You know, I'm sure that Jarvis has been seeing and hearing all of the speculation about his future. I mean, we've been doing it on our podcasts and in our stories, trying to figure out what is going to happen with Jarvis-Landry, and pretty much everybody else has been doing it too, because right now, that's what time it is in the NFL. It's time to figure out who's getting cut, who's getting released, who's getting extended, who's getting drafted. It's we've reached as some general managers call it, the silly season. So I think that he wanted to get some things out there. And I think one of the things that he wanted to address was the fact that he really wasn't himself last year. I think that, trying to tell everyone that he was injured and he played injured, if he has to negotiate with other teams or sell himself on other football teams over the next couple of months, I think that he wants them to know that there were extenuating circumstances here this year, one of which was the fact that he was not healthy.
Yeah, Scott, he said a week 2 high ankle or high grade MCL sprain, partial quad tear, and bone bruise. And of course, we all remember him missing that time and going on IR. I mean, just kind of your thoughts when you saw all that come out today.
I guess my first thought is, what was he reacting to? Because it seemed kind of come out of the blue, and I thought, well, maybe he saw something on TV. And ESPN did have a short segment on the future of the Browns. It kind of talked a little bit about the team overall, and they mentioned that he could be a cap casualty. I don't know if it was anything to like warrant, an all caps rant before 9 a.m., but that's, maybe that would kind of fed into it. I don't know. But it was just kind of odd. I thought it was weird that he seemed to insinuate that people thought he couldn't stay on the field. And I don't know if anybody's ever really thought that. Obviously, he had issues this past season, but we've talked a lot. And I think most people who followed Landry's career know that he's kind of an Iron Man, and he's just always out there. So it was, I don't know, it started off, I think, on the right footing, but the more he went with his tweets, it kind of like got off into left field and some things that made you kind of go, And, I don't know, obviously he had some things he wanted to get off his chest, and social media is always there to help with that.
Yeah, that's true. And, there were, Scott, I saw you tweet the injury thing that, I don't know that many people were really questioning his ability to stay on the field. You do kind of, when a guy's almost 30 years old, you do get a little nervous when injuries start to happen for the first time, but I don't think anybody was questioning that. And then also the whole media thing was a little weird, because he did talk to us after the injury. He, again, stopped talking to us after Odell got cut. So I still think that's probably a closer correlation than, hey, I had to get rehab. Because there were plenty of opportunities where he could have addressed this stuff with us, including after the season was done. And it just didn't happen. I still feel like that was more an Odell related thing. And the only time he talked was when everybody had the opportunity to catch up to him this turkey giveaway.
Yeah, I do actually have some thoughts on the whole media aspect of it, because I really do feel like Jarvis, as a team leader and as a team spokesman, basically since the day he landed on the Browns' doorstep, I think it would have been beneficial if he would have spoken in the aftermath of Odell's departure. Maybe not that week, because emotions were running high, and Jarvis is someone who wears his emotions out on his sleeve. And I know that he likes to cool himself down sometimes before he talks. He's very passionate, and he, just shoots from the hip. But I think that it would have helped the situation for him to come out and explain, how he felt about it, and sort of throw his support behind Baker Mayfield, even if even if he had some misgivings about that. I think that there was an opportunity, there was a moment in time there where he could have tried to galvanize the team, bring everybody together. Because if Odell Beckham Jr.'s best friend on the team can show that this is still going to be all about winning for him and that he is going to 100% support his quarterback, then I think other players may have followed suit. And I think that the fans needed to hear that as well. I think that it would have been just good for everyone. I think it would have been good for Baker. I think it would have been good for guys on the defense that were left with some hard feelings about how all of this went down. And I think it could have been unifying.
Mary Kay, is this Jarvis kind of, I don't know if saving face is the right word, but kind of trying to put a little more on the team than just on him?
Yeah, I think so. I think he wants fans and everyone to know, I want to be back here. No matter what you think about me, I want to be here. The ball is in their court. So if I'm gone, it's not my fault. It's their fault, right? So I think he is putting the onus on the team, or he really, is putting the ball in the Browns' court to decide, do you want to pay him the $16.379 million cap hit that he has for next season? Or do they want to perhaps try to restructure the contract? And you can do that creatively in a way that he ends up with some more guaranteed money and they lower that cap hit, and then they can do some other things.